Normal Rimworld? Boring. Rimworld, but every living thing goes boom boom on death. Fun! Not really, it sucks, but let me give you an example. Imagine we're out of food, and one of the easiest ways to get quick food is to hunt an animal. But now, if you get just slightly too close, your body gets shredded and mangled. Any closer, and your chance of just instantly unaliving grows exponentially. Now, let's touch on the main topic, that every raider is now a fucking suicide bomber. I'm playing on Blood and Dust. Now, this wouldn't be a problem for the average player, but I suck, so it's quite noteworthy. It also has the benefit of being an excuse for my bad decisions. We start by digging into a mountain like every good base should, because we all know mountain bases are the best, as long as you ignore all the insect infestations. We also build some embrasures to hopefully protect us from all the boom booms, but still allow us to shoot them. He digs out enough room to place down a bed, but like a big brain, he left some components in the door, so now he's sleeping in the cold. The next day, we finish digging out the start of our base and plan out where the basic necessities will go, like somewhere to chop people and things, and somewhere to cook them. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we are playing with EAO's combat, meaning we have to worry about having enough ammo. One might ask why I picked EAO's combat over combat extended, and well, that would be because I'm not a masochistic psychopath. Unlike every other challenge I have done, we can actually farm outside like normal people. So after building all our workbenches, we start clearing a bit of land across the river to farm some rice. I soon realized I forgot completely about something to actually make power for the workbenches, so we put a wind turbine in the middle of the farm. Why? Well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember. But I can guarantee you it made sense to me at the time. At this point, I got remarkably tired of not having RimHUD installed, so I reloaded and now I can see all the important stuff at a glance. Great mod. I started planning out a freezer to store food and a bedroom to hopefully make Ice a bit happier and less likely to have mental breaks. I decided to use a little trick for the freezer where you put the cooler down, then surround the output with walls but leave it unroofed, and this makes it so raiders won't try to attack the cooler to gain easy access to the base. Later that day, a wild hussar wandered on the map, and it would be great to have them for their combat abilities, but Ice is basically no animal skill, and that's not going to happen, especially since they have a very high chance to attack when taming. They also have a genetic need for go juice, which we would not have been able to handle at all. Well, crap, Randy done blighted me rice. Well, it's fine. Normally only a small amount gets blighted, so you can just cut them and replant. Oh, you son of a bitch, Randy, that's basically all of it. A 6-year-old, I don't know how, sent a carrier pigeon or something to ask if they could stay at the base. I said, fuck that, we ain't got the food, and letting a child go into battle for you should be left to the African warlords. Most of day 8 was spent replanting the rice and mining up the freezer, so pretty boring. We had a raid in the early morning of the next day. Normally, one person with a club would be one of the most mundane things that I probably wouldn't even mention. But now, this person single-handedly has the power to make me punch something in real life just by dying. Luckily, she is quickly incapacitated and she is utterly useless, so I'm not going to save her life. But letting her bleed out right next to the base out in the open is not an option, as that could hurt Ice. So let me introduce you to the finest new temporary housing establishment, the Death Hole. We are currently running a special once-in-a-lifetime deal where you can stay there completely free. All you have to do is show up to our base uninvited and be even slightly menacing. Congratulations, Haley Savchuk. You have won the right to be the first ever guest of the Death Hole. And that, folks, is how you put the death in Death Hole. There was a transport pod crash, and they weren't the best, but they had decent intellectual skill, so I decided to rescue them so that they would join and help Ice research. Plus, it would probably be nice for Ice to talk to a human that isn't actively trying to kidnap or kill him for once. It's time to harvest the rice! That wasn't blighted. Also, an eclipse, because, well, Randy's a bitch. The next day, a cargo pod crashed. It had an authority cap and sash in it, and might I just say, he looking damn good. We also built up enough stone bricks as storage to start replacing the cave walls with stone walls to hopefully make the place look a bit nicer. That motherfucker just deciding to leave after all that? Oh, no. Oh, you son of a bitch. No. No, fuck you. You gonna die. I should never saved you, you absolute waste of space worth of nothing, as is what you fucking get. If that wouldn't end this run, I'd do it. We spent the next few days just doing a whole lot of harvesting and planting rice, which is remarkably slow due to his low plant skill. I mean, we can't even grow heel root yet. Not to mention his cooking skill is also low, so he basically has food poisoning half the time. We were contacted by a desperate refugee named Matty. They wanted to stay at our base for 8 days so he could rest and regroup. In return, he offered to work and fight for us during those 8 days. So, I accepted, since consenting cannon fodder is always great. I was very much hoping that Matty would be at least okay. No? Okay, that's fair. At 2 in the morning, a fungoid ship landed, and I'm not sure, but I think if you leave it, the rot stink just continues to expand, and I'd prefer if the base wasn't engulfed, so we had to deal with it. But I do know that when you hit it for the first time, some fungoid people pop out of it, and they are very difficult to kill. And I mean very difficult. So I send them off to shoot it and run away. Only one fungoid lady hopped out of the ship, but that's one too many. But they got back to the base without being hit, so now we have to kill her, just not too close to the embrasures because they don't block explosions. We land a few hits, but ice has to go inside often because when a fungoid is hit, it releases rot stink from its body. Also, they have fungal armor, which is remarkably hard to pierce, so we barely do any damage. The fungus lady then decided to burn all of our rice, and that's just too far. This angers Ice, so he lands a direct hit to the lady's brain. The resulting explosion shatters Ice's entire spine, killing him instantly. Well, let's all look on the bright side. Maddie gets to keep the base, I guess, although I don't think he knows how electricity works, let alone all the other workbenches and things in the base, but I mean, he can figure it out. Wow, okay, this map seems very anti-mountain base with all these weirdly shaped mountains. I am violently offended. I'm also stubborn, so I'm gonna do it anyways. We start by digging. Obviously. What'd you think we were going to start with? A smart, sensible plan? Don't be so stupid. Also, why does this man kind of look like the Joker with these scars this time? It doesn't look like that from the front, only the sides, since the scars kind of stays on the same spot for some reason. The next day, we built a wind turbine to make power, even though we have nothing that uses it yet, and we also started clearing an area around the turbine to farm some rice. Started to plan out where the freezer was going to go in my mind, so I built walls that would protect the cooler. And this man, with his 15 levels of construction, decides to perform a maneuver that is so complicated that my small, smooth brain can't possibly understand. So I force him to do it my way and exit his new bunker, but in hindsight, I feel that I judged too quickly. He obviously had bigger plans, and I shut him down. We finished the inside of the base, now we get to start digging out the freezer. Unfortunately, we need a lot of wood to make the pallets and food barrels, so we get the glorious job of destroying the environment. We cut enough stone chunks to replace the walls with slate bricks. The nice thing is, it will give us some extra steel as our base is partially dug into some compacted steel. A wanderer wanted to join, but I still don't trust them, so I won't let them stay. But unlike all the other times, I don't actually need to chop them up for food, so I just decline them. See, I'm not a monster. I'm just an asshole. We got a raid at 3 in the morning on day 10. The raid consisted of one person with a shotgun. Now, we shouldn't have to deal with the raider, as there is a trader right outside our base, but I can foresee a small problem if the trader gets too close to the raider when they go boom boom. It could very well cause a chain reaction and could decimate part of the base. Not too bad, there was no chain reaction. Some of the traders did get hurt, but they patched themselves up, so we're good now. An event called Cargo Rain fired, and well, only one person fell. I feel like I have been gaslit as to the size of this rain, as it appears to have been at most a cargo drizzle. Also, that is what we call an absolutely useless human being. The next day, there was a mad turkey. Utterly frightening. And the sad part is that it wasn't even sarcasm. That's just a fact. So we hit the turkey, but I was impatient and unwilling to wait 11 hours for it to bleed out, so I had ice back up a bit and shoot it again to lower the time it took. And to my credit, it did lower the time. It just lowered it a bit too much. And by that I mean it blew up and shredded only a few body parts. He will die in 8 hours if not patched up. Now, I was going to make a joke about how slow he is going, but looking back, the entirety of both of his arms have been severely shredded, the same with most of his upper body. So, I think he is going at a respectable speed considering the circumstances. Although, he does get uncomfortably close to falling unconscious from blood loss. Normally, I would take him off bed rest and force him to get back to work, but you know, this time, I think I'll let it slide. Days 12 through 15 was literally just Ice recovering and farming some rice. We dug out a storage room and moved the wooden pallets from the main room to there. Also, in the middle of the night, we got contacted by a resistance leader named Jinli who has asked to stay at the base, and I reluctantly decided to agree, because it would be nice to have someone to help with the hauling and cleaning. By the way, if they turn out to be a traitor and we have to kill them, it will result in one of two options. 1, Ice dies, or 2, the base and everything in it ceases to exist. Jinli frightens me quite a lot. She is a resistance leader, which is fine, but she is also a psychopath, which makes me believe she's only in the resistance to kill people. Also, she can't clean, and that's a bit rude. Yes, those two things matter equally, leave me alone. And she immediately starts a fire. Well, great, now you're banned from making food of any kind. Now that there are 2 people, I guess it's time to make them their own bedrooms, so we will just slap them on the side. Don't mind the fact that they are very obviously sticking out the side of the mountain. Idiots. Just idiots. A raid in the morning is just the best way to wake up. It's a 2-person raid, and I'm sorry, Jinli, but you're expendable and Ice isn't, so you get to deal with it and risk being boom-boomed. I completely forgot about ammo, so I have to send Ice out to eject his ammo for her to use. In the meantime, the raiders have a great time beating up my wind turbine and lighting my rice on fire. Oh, holy shit, and I thought Ice was a bad shot. What? Did she just get fucking lassoed through an embrasure? How? Fucking how? Well, bye, Jinli. Look at it this way. It will be a new experience for you to enjoy. And that, kids, is how we rationalize things, so it's not our fault. Well, now I need to make ammo, but first, we should put out the small, raging fire. Wait, how does this 9mm pistol hold 138 rounds in its magazine? I like the idea that it has one of the largest drum mags that you have ever seen on a pistol. You know what? I think I'm gonna build 2 mini turrets to make up for the loss of Jinli. Also, I'm gonna turn her bedroom into the research room. It's like she was never here. I started a fire while cooking, but I can't really fire him, so I shall berate him viciously in private. We don't really butcher anything due to the higher probability of death, so I replaced the butcher table with a tailoring bench and started growing cotton to make clothes. Ooh, a raid at 1 in the morning. The raid is 1 person with a sniper. Shit, my one weakness is them being smart. Hopefully the turrets will deal with him. Well, the turrets hit him a few times, but he'll live for a while. Luckily for us, he ran out of ammo, so he decided to start punching a slate wall with the sniper. Do you think he'll bleed out before he gets through the wall? Well, he didn't die, he fell unconscious. And you know what that means, right? The death hole returns! And I shall be taking the sniper for extra range. Another raid, really? Well, at least 6 AM is more respectable. Holy shit! Ice headshot the man and it scared the fuck out of me. Which means I'm freshly out of fuck, so don't come asking for any. Days 27 through 34 were boring. Well, we did build Ice's own bedroom, but still boring. Some visitors left a hard hat and glasses as a gift, and Ice now officially looks a badass. I guess there's a hole in the back of the hard hat for his man bun. You know, I feel like that lessens the effectiveness of the hard hat, but you do you, boo-boo. Ooh, hey, a transport pod crashed. Why can't anyone do dumb labor? I was gonna save him, but now he can figure it out for himself. Ooh, another transport pod crashed. Goddamn psychopaths. Send me some normal people, Randy. Although, I don't think we have much space to talk as Ice is a cannibal, but to be fair, that was forced on him so that he could survive the sea ice. So, well, now it's starting to get cold, and I don't think I planted the corn soon enough for it to finish growing before it dies. Hopefully this will be enough food to survive through winter. I have decided to improve our security, but to do that, we're gonna need more steel, so off you go, buddy boy. Don't blow up. A raid. That's not that big of a deal. Well, shit. Okay, time for them risky maneuvers. We're gonna go out there and shoot them, then run away like the bitch we are. Success! Off to the death hole with you! The next day, it started getting really cold, so we have to build some heaters. Okay, so, like, we've got some problems, okay? I forgot to pause the game while writing down some notes, and apparently, the game does not pause for mad animals. Now, one's first reaction would be to just beat the boom rat with the rifle, self-10, then beat out the fire. But in this scenario, that is not an option. And under no circumstance can Ice outrun the boom rat, as it has already hurt him. So, let's just recap. We can't fight it, and we can't outrun it. So, in my not expert opinion, we only have one option. Die. You know all those people we could have saved, but I said that they were useless? They feel a bit less useless now, I will admit. You're there! Yeah, you! This is a subscriber checkpoint. You gotta be subscribed to keep watching. I really don't have any way to check, but like, you better be! We started right next to Major Danger. That's nice. And I'm just so sure that will never be a problem. At least this time we have a nice mountain to build our base in. Bruh, why you gotta do that to my beautiful mountain? I mean, on one hand, it's less mining, but on the other, my OCD fucking hates it. Well, it's only day 2, and I really hate the caves, so I'm willing to risk it for the not worth it biscuit. Well, yeah, I can confidently say I expected to die and not just be severely injured. This man's torso and right leg have been brutally shredded, and his right femur was completely shattered. Is this what they call consequences? I don't like it. You know, I think he's earned the healing time. Well, that's just rude timing, Randy. Oh, well, never mind, he one-shot her. Well, first resident of the death hole acquired. You know what? She's not bad. So for the first time ever, I'm gonna save her. Which ironically means she will be the only person besides Ice to ever leave the death hole alive. Yeah, the man essentially has one leg. Now, if we ignore everything that I did, then it was inevitable and not my fault. We are very far behind where we should be. Everything's fine. Everything's falling apart. It's fine, but I'm not the one freaking out. You're the one freaking out. Okay, everyone, mark day 7 down on your calendar because we are getting back on track. What do you mean? How do you mark it down? You just stop asking questions and do it. He looks so sad about cloud watching. Well, at least we finally enclosed the room so my eyes can be at least a bit happier. We finally recruited Fenwick and Sadwander. You know, That's fair. Oh, they immediately want a shag. I highly recommend not getting too attached considering what happened the last time you had a guest on day 100. We spent the next 2 days building walls and getting shelled by some random stray artillery, so normal few days. Oh no, I'm mad guinea pig. Dead. Exciting and explosive death, but still dead. Days 13 through 15 were spent building a freezer and improving our defenses by adding a military turret. Also, they decided to get married, meaning Ice is really failing at this not getting attached thing. Everyone, may I have your attention? Please welcome back our special guest, your friendly neighborhood terrorists. Well, now I just feel bad for the mega sloth. He has depression. Wait, hey! How is it even remotely my fault? It was the fucking terrorists! The next few days were just spent building the bedroom and making some clothes. Oh yeah, how could I forget? We also dug a lot of graves, because, you know, all the dead people. A raid of 2 people. Well, you know what that means. I'm gonna put the responsibility of dealing with them on the trader, because we matter more than them, obviously. See, they did fine. Also, we have our second guest of the death hole, and this time, they're not leaving alive. Lions! Moving on. We built a storage room and started mining out a research room. No, I will not explain the Lance thing. It was pretty self-explanatory. Now move on! God, people living in the past. Oh, okay, fungoid ship. Well, I'm gonna fucking die again. I think I'll make the executive decision to build another turret. I can't send Ice with his one leg to shoot the ship, so Fenwick it is. I hope she's fast enough to outrun the fungoid people. Well, that's just rude. They left to go fight some insects for food. Maybe we'll get lucky and the insects will kill at least one of them. No? Okay. That's why we don't have hope. The fungoids are attacking on all sides. I am having Fenwick and Ice repair the walls from the inside while the fungoids attack them. So we just get to sit here and hope the turrets deal with them and hopefully don't explode when one of them dies. The turret got quite damaged from that explosion, so they now have to go out there and risk repairing them. Ooh, a second one died. It blew up some power conduits, but that is easy to repair. Oh by golly gosh, I think we might actually survive, people. Holy shit, he gave up and decided to leave. Well, I'm not going to complain. We have a remarkable amount of repairing to do. That fight literally took the entire day. I let them sleep in the next day, because when they wake up, Fenwick has to go destroy the fungoid ship. And she ran out of ammo. How fun. We'll be right back. Oh, good. No more rot stick. Solar flare. Dick move. Oh, a rate of 1 amp. It couldn't be too bad. My corn! Yeah, that's what we're missing. Some nearby shelling. The explosions really put us to sleep. We made a sniper for Ice so he can pull his weight a bit more, since... well, let's be honest, he's not the best walker anymore. Ah, shit. Fenwick is pregnant. There is no going back. Ice has completely given up on the not getting too attached thing, because, you know, I don't think you can really get more attached. The next few days were spent dealing with the Zeet and improving our defenses by expanding the embrasure nest, as well as adding a 3rd military turret. And the next day, we got to test our new and improved defenses, because we got a raid at 1 in the morning. My crops! Asshole. Days 34 through 38 were spent researching prosthetics so we can give Ice at least a basic artificial leg. Also, it's starting to get too cold for plants to grow, so whatever food is in the freezer has to last for winter, which it should, barring any catastrophes. We got a raid at 9 in the morning. It went fine, our defenses are too much for these small raids, although it's still very annoying having to repair everything every single time, because, you know, the boom booms. We also finished the prosthetics research, and Fenwick started making a basic leg, so tomorrow after she rests up, we will install it. Now I must say, surgeries are frightening, as one little nick could kill him, and in this scenario, also her. Well, it would appear we can't install the leg, since Fenwick only has 2 medical skill and it requires 5. So we are now on the lookout for someone with medical skill to rescue, and I guess the leg is to sit in storage. I like to think that Ice just stares at it every time he passes by in dreams. Oh, it's the wedding day. Although I'm not sure this is a legal marriage, as that requires an officiant and a witness, which they have neither, but they're married in their hearts. Oh my, a big boy raid. Well, that could be problematic. Man, why is nobody good at medical? Rude. Ooh, our lucky day, a trader. They should get here before the raiders, so I have assistance. I do really hope there's no chain reactions or anything like that. There might have been a very small chain reaction that took out both of our wind turbines and killed all the traders. We might need more graves. I literally just built your ass and you already broke down. You know what? I am cool, calm, and collected. And I just got the flu. Amazing. The next day, we got a raid at 6 a.m. because I don't deserve a break, I guess. To make it even better, they both suck at medical, so still no hope of a new leg. Oh, dynamite might be problematic. Well, we lost another wind turbine, but the worst part is the ancient danger has been opened by the explosion. And now we get the privilege of being assaulted by a bunch of insects. God damn, that was quite the chain reaction. I'm happy I moved Ice. And might I say, we appear to have lost some walls. The entirety of the next day is literally spent rebuilding the walls, turrets, and wind turbines. So I made a small, one could say minuscule boo-boo. I might have forgotten to destroy the insect hives, and they are reproducing, meaning we will have another swarm of insects to deal with in the very near future. A wolf man requested to join our base, and I accepted. But once I found out he doesn't have any medical skill, I made a choice that some would say is good, and others would say is dumb. I sent him directly into the insects. Now, I must admit, I thought him being a wolf man would have allowed him to do at least a little bit better, but there is a silver lining to everything. The insects aren't actively attacking our base, and the wolfman turned one of the insects into a ticking time bomb. So all we have to do is wait and hope for a chain reaction. Okay, Fenwick is in labor. Really not a good time. The bomb didn't do enough damage for a chain reaction, but it did make another bomb, so we get a second chance. Fenwick gave birth to a healthy girl at just the worst possible time. They wanted to name the kid Lexi, but that's boring, so I said no, the baby's name will be Explodey McGee. So, unfortunately, I forgot to unpause the recording after going to the restroom, so you missed a massive explosion that opened the cryo caskets and caused an ancient soldier versus insect war. The ancient soldiers won, and the two surviving soldiers decided to leave the map, which I am quite grateful for. Also, Blood Moon. Well, I guess I will start deconstructing the ancient danger building for steel, as it's easier than going across the map to mine some. What? They just walked in and ate my damn food! Not only that, I know for a fact they have enough pemmican to feed all of them. Bruh! I have limited food for winter and they just walk in and take it? This is why I hate people. I'd kill them if they wouldn't explode. You know what? I'm tired of these raiders destroying my wind turbines, so I have a plan. We're bringing back Vietnam again. We're gonna use spike traps and anyone that tries to hit them. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna need to cook the backup insect meat as we are running low on food. I wholeheartedly blame the traitors. A platypus? Perry the platypus? Oh, he did. Why can't anyone be good at medical? It's all I want. Well, beyond surviving. But still, the next day, I planned out a workshop and a room for our batteries. It's a large amount of mining, so it's gonna take a while, so I'll see you in a few days. Don't leave me. Man, 30 seconds ago, me was very clingy. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, we had a zeet and lost all of our power, but back to clingy me. I'm so sorry for that. I was out of line, but like, please don't leave. Mad hair. Ha! Get owned. Ooh, a raid of one person. Oh my god, they have medical. Okay. I need you to please not die, okay? So, only one turret is on. I have hope. God damn it! So I'll admit when I'm wrong and dumb. The spike traps were a bit dumb. You see, when I built them, I somehow forgot about the people blowing up thing. Also, my crops. You know, an intelligent individual would move the wind turbines away from the farm, so only one of them gets destroyed, but no. I'm too stubborn and stupid. Solar flare. Nice. Oh, well, I guess Thanksgiving is now the 1st of August. Everyone remember to mark it down. We spent days 72 through 78 researching vehicles and digging out a garage to build one in. Ah, shit, a 3-person raid. It should be fine. Ice has a sniper, so the chance that he gets hurt in any way is so minuscule that it just doesn't matter. My crops. Again. And both wind turbines. But mostly my crops. Well, as payment, they get to be the first 2 residents of the new and improved Death Hole. Oh, hey, look, another raid. My corn! Fine, I'll move the damn wind turbines. Eden, I know you fell from the sky and all, but you're very boring. Now you, on the other hand, are very intriguing because you have medical, so I'll save your life. Now, if you decide to not join us, I won't kill you because you'll go boom boom, but I will be very disappointed in you. You motherfucker. This is why it doesn't pay to help people. And like I said, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I lied, I'm also very mad. We finished building the car, and we shall name it Vroomy McVroom. Okay, so there was a shuttle crash, and how wrong do we think it would be to save a vampire's life in exchange for them installing a prosthetic leg? Then banishing them because I don't want to deal with a vampire. Ooh, I heard the voices in my head say it's not wrong, so that's good enough for me. You son of a bitch! What about the agreement that we never at any point ever agreed on? Zit! Ooh, a random wanderer who wants to place bets on whether or not they have medical skill. It's okay, I'll wait. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Okay, all bets are in. And if you said they have medical skill, you're wrong and you're dumb. Randy Random would never be that nice. You know, every time I call out Randy Random, I get punished. This time he gave Ice some very aggressive pneumonia. Randy just can't take criticism. He needs to grow up a bit. Okay, now Randy gave him malaria on top of it. Nice. Randy, I'm not gonna say anything else, but like, this kind of proves my point, my guy. Hooray! Explodey McGee has become a child and can actually do things now, like prepare for all of our deaths. Also, after 4 days, Ice has finally gained immunity to the very aggressive pneumonia, Now he just has to do that for the malaria as well. We ran out of food, so I decided to harvest the rice prematurely so we can actually make some meals. So we know that they are coming on day 100, whoever they are. We also know that anyone else they find will be killed, and that can't happen. So the solution is to send them away in Vroomy McVroom. Yes, that's why we researched it. I just can't go with them since they would 100% follow, so they have to go on their own with only a few meals. Bruh, she's a shit driver. I feel less confident about this plan now. We learned last time that they will fight if they have to, so Ice will surrender, also making it less likely that they will try and find his family that I 100% warned him not to have. He surrendered immediately, and they didn't even go inside.
Click it. You know you want to click it. Click the video. Do it. Click it.
No, I'm just kidding, you ain't got it, but thanks for watching. See you.